Welcome to a lesson on prefixes today, and Happy New Year if this is your New Year's time. So prefixes we're going to look at are over, which often means too much, under, which often means not enough, and ear, ig, il, im, in, which all mean the same as not. They make something negative. Okay, so let's look at over first. If you overcharge someone, maybe you are a shop assistant, you work in a shop, and you ask for too much money. Maybe the customer needs to pay £10, but you ask them for £15. So you overcharge them. It's very bad because it means you ask them for more money than the item is actually worth. Or maybe a taxi driver tries to overcharge you and he asks for double the money that it should be. Okay, overwork means you work too much. If you say I am overworked and underpaid, it's quite a common expression. It means you think you work far too hard and you are paid far too little. So I suppose we all believe this. Okay, overrated for films or books. If you say this film is overrated or this book is overrated, it means that you think the film or book isn't so good, but everybody else thinks it's really good. It's more than good. And so you're saying that it's overrated. People think too much of this film. Okay, so you usually use it when you're criticizing something. Oversleep means sleep too much. So you miss your alarm clock, you don't go to work. Okay, underestimate. If you underestimate the number of people coming to your party, perhaps you buy drinks and food for only 10 people, but then 20 people come. So you haven't got enough food and drink for the guests. So you underestimate the number of guests and you underestimate how much food to buy. If your company is understaffed, you don't have enough staff to serve all the customers. And underpaid, I think we've already done. It's when you don't believe you are paid enough. Okay, looking at the negative prefixes, these negative prefixes are the same as but we usually use IR before words starting with R. So reversible or responsible, if we want to make them negative, irreversible, irresponsible. Okay, it's as simple as that. Try to use it before words starting with R, but it's not always true. I imagine that there certainly are some words which will still start with or a different negative prefix, maybe not one on this board. So it's not always true, but very often if the word starts with R, like responsible, reversible, make it negative with IR. Okay, ig is very, very rare, and I didn't even know if I should teach this particular preposition because I could only think of one word, ignoble. So it comes before N. Ill comes before L, so you have legal, literate and logical, and if you want to make them negative, they change to illegal, illiterate and illogical. Literate, by the way, means you can read and write, and so if you are illiterate, you can't read and you can't write. If something is illegal, it's against the law, it violates or breaks the law, and something is illogical, well, it makes no sense, it's not logical. Okay, impossible, I'm sure you all know. Immature means childish. And yeah, we're using it because it starts with an M, mature, like an adult, and so immature, because we use im before P and M. Okay? Immaterial was another one I thought of with M. And lastly, impatient. If somebody is patient, they don't mind waiting. If somebody is impatient, they hate waiting. Okay? Lastly, in, and it goes with a lot of different letters, this, so I didn't write any here. Inept or inadequate, we're saying that somebody is not adequate enough, and if somebody is inept, then they don't have the ability to do something. Okay? So there are some negative prefixes. Please watch the next video and we will go into the subject of prefixes in more detail. I hope that that's been interesting for everybody. If you have any questions about prefixes, please ask under the video, and I hope to see you all soon. Thanks for watching.